What if I'm setting James up to feel the exact same way?
The peace of mind this will give you outweighs the risk.
Maybe that means Sidwell has someone on the inside.
Hey, what are you doing?
He's out there running around loose.
Who says that's a problem?
Rocco's desperate call for help changes everything after Britt suddenly collapses on a remote island. As a shocking saline syringe clue exposes a possible medical deception, dark secrets unravel, enemies plot revenge, and a guilt-ridden Nathan holds the key to finding them before it's too late. Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. If you enjoyed the videos, please subscribe and hit the like button. General Hospital, Rocco's frantic plea, Nathan shares lead, Carly's bad news for Brennan. General Hospital spoilers reveal that Rocco Falconeri, Finn Carr, will be desperate to get Britt Westbourne, Kelly Thibaud, some help. Nathan West aka Cassius Faison, Ryan Peavy, will also spill some information while Carly Spencer, Laura Wright, divulges something to Jack Brennan, Chris McKenna, that'll worry him. At Turning Woods, Carly will admit Valentin Cassadine, James Patrick Stewart, took off for Geneva in hopes of speaking with Zed and outing Ross Cullum, Andrew Hawkes, as a double agent. Of course, Carly will have some lingering concerns about Jocelyn Jacks, Eden McCoy, safety and will tell Brennan that Zed needs to stop Cullum before they make her daughter disappear. Brennan will get some troubling news on Friday's episode, so he may fret over the close call since Cullum searched Carly's house shortly after Valentin left. Like Carly, Brennan will know this isn't over and that Cullum still poses a serious threat. Over with Danny Morgan, Asher Antonizin, and Charlotte Cassadine, Bluesy Burke, they'll listen now that Rocco has called with an urgent plea. Rocco will explain that this is about sick Britt on Friday's show and will push for help saving her. It was just revealed to fans that the syringe found in Britt's room contains saline, so it's obvious there's been some trickery when it comes to Huntington's disease. Britt may actually have something far less serious and very treatable with the right meds. Even so, Rocco will be freaking out over Britt's latest crisis. Charlotte and Danny won't be able to do anything on their own, so they may decide going to Britt's detective brother is their best option. Did you tell anybody about this? Fake Nathan asks in Friday's General Hospital preview clip. It sounds like Danny and Charlotte will turn to Nathan, who'll eventually take some important intel to Lulu Spencer, Alexa having spooning. Dante Falconeri, Dominic Zamprogna, will be brought in the loop on this Rocco lead as well, so Lulu and Dante should ultimately be able to uncover his exact location in the British Virgin Islands. Britt and Rocco are staying on Tortola, so Nathan may play a big role in putting that info in Dante and Lulu's hands. Ava Jerome, Maura West, will get a message on Friday's show as well thanks to Ethan Lovett, Nathan Dean. However, Ava will also spend some time with Trina Robinson, Tabunana Ali, who'll seemingly think the baby shower blow-up was a good thing in some weird way. It opened Trina's eyes to the fact that she needed to stop focusing on family drama and concentrate on her music showcase instead. While Trina considers her own future, Felicia Scorpio, Christina Wagner, will give someone a pep talk. Curtis Ashford, Donald Turner, will also have a tense discussion with Portia Robinson, Brooke Kerr, and ask if she's sure this is what she wants. Portia told Curtis that he'd have to get baby reports from her doctors from now on since she doesn't want to communicate directly anymore. Curtis may hope Portia will change her mind now that she's cooled down a bit. General Hospital spoilers say Portia and Curtis will have another difficult argument.
Jens is out for revenge and enlists, spoilers, help, and Joe makes a bizarre discovery as Britt's symptoms return. Today on General Hospital, Charlotte confides in Danny about her dad, Nathan opens up about his guilty feelings to Nina, and Sonny tells Rick how he plans to lure Sidwell out. At the hospital, Liz takes Lucas to task for not returning her calls and getting himself shot, just as Dante appears. He's expecting Joe to come in with a suspect. Lucas asks the commissioner if there is any news on Sidwell, but there isn't. Joe has questions for Lucas. Later, Joe checks in with Dante. The guy they brought in was one of Sidwell's associates and is currently unconscious. Joe has been thinking that if Nathan was ambushed on the way to the PCPD, then Sidwell must have someone on the inside who helped him escape. Eventually, Joe asks Lucas when he can talk to the suspect. Lucas says it depends on how much he had to do with his injuries. Joe says the suspect fled arrest, pulled a gun, and fell down a flight of stairs on his own. Joe snaps this was not a case of police brutality, if that's what he's getting at. Lucas says he can question him when he wakes up, and his question was standard procedure. Joe apologizes for biting Lucas' head off and asks him a question about saline. Who else got excited and thought Joe was going to ask Lucas to go sailing with him? Dante confides in Liz. Meanwhile, Liz chats with Dante about Rocco, and he says his dad's associate tracked him and Britt to the islands. He wishes he and Lulu could go down there, but Cullum would only follow them. Dante opens up that it feels like Rocco left town with Britt just to get away from his fighting parents. He fears that he and Lulu may never be able to fully trust one another again. Cassius is feeling guilty. At Nina's place, Nathan appears as Nina and Jacinda are wrapping up some work, which includes a long list of things for Jacinda to do. Nathan learns Nina is still looking for his mom, and thought they settled that she was likely looking for Britt. Nina sees no harm in covering all the bases, so Nathan drops it. Jacinda heads out, and Nina asks Nathan about Lulu and how she's doing. He tells her they are barely speaking, that it's over, and that they couldn't see eye to eye on important stuff. He thinks she regrets being with him. Nina assures him that he's a wonderful man, but Nathan admits he's made mistakes with both Lulu and Britt. When Nina asks what mistakes he made with Britt, he quickly covers and says he should have kept a closer eye on her. Nina says Britt does what she wants, and for all they know, Rocco wanted to leave with her. Nathan's guilt then turns to James, who he thinks will be the next person he's going to let down. He also doesn't think the boy really needs him, since the boy has Spinelli and Cody. Nina wonders why he's being so hard on himself. She says one of the happiest moments of her life was seeing him alive again, and his living proof that miracles do happen. They embrace, and we can see the look of guilt on his face. Meetings at the Metro Court. At the Metro Court Gardens, Sonny has a meeting with Rick but speaks with Laura first. They discuss Sidwell, and Laura secretly wants him to be on the other side of the planet and be the WSB's problem. Sonny is confident Sidwell will be handled, and he goes to meet his brother. Jordan shows up to meet Laura and says she heard about her big sting operation. Laura says she owes her an apology, as she couldn't be transparent with her about Jen's. She tells Jordan that Sidwell was blackmailing her. Jacinda races through doing errands for Nina and bumps into Ezra. They exchange a quick hello, and Ezra then crashes Laura and Jordan's party and thinks they are celebrating Sidwell's departure without him. Ezra asks if Jordan is returning as deputy mayor, only to get a text from Jacinda saying she misses him and to meet in a Metro courtroom. He then rushes off. Laura apologizes for Ezra, and they get back to discussing Laura's blackmail. She doesn't go into the details, only that she and Sonny neutralized Sidwell and reclaimed the evidence he had on them. Jordan, who makes it clear she's focused on discovering the next new chapter of her life, and won't be returning as deputy mayor, hopes Laura can put this chapter with Sidwell behind her, but it may not be that easy. Sonny and Rick grab a table, and he tells Rick that Brick has tracked Britt and Rocco to San Juan, and from there they jumped on a ferry. Rick is more concerned about the Sidwell sting, and why he was left out of the loop. Sonny says it came together quickly, and Rick also figures that Lucas' disdain for him played a role. Sonny says he trusts him, even if Lucas doesn't. Rick brings up Sidwell remaining at large, but Sonny doesn't see it as a problem. Sonny says Sidwell doesn't know who killed his son, but he does, and is going to use that to lure him out of hiding and bring him to his knees. Surprise Ezra. In a Metro courtroom, Ezra showers, puts on a robe, and gets some champagne ready. Unfortunately, it's not Jacinda who shows up to meet him, it's Sidwell. He assures Ezra that Jacinda is okay and tells the councilman that if he tries to turn him into the police, it would be a mistake. Charlotte vents to Danny. At the Q boathouse, Danny finds Charlotte burning a box of mementos from her time on the run with Valentin. She rants to him about her dad abandoning her to turn himself into the WSB and save the world from Cullum and Sidwell. Danny suggests her dad will be a hero, and perhaps his dad will be released as well. Charlotte says the WSB doesn't work that way, and her dad going back to prison never to get out again. Welcome to the British Islands. In Tortola, the British Islands, Britt and Rocco return to a cabin after food shopping. Rocco admits he's missing his family, but has no regrets about coming with her. Britt has a VPN on her tablet and a burner phone that he can use to get Port Charles news, but tells him not to post anything on social media or like his friends and family's posts. Rocco quickly finds the news article that Sidwell shot Lucas. Suddenly, Britt notices her hand is beginning to tremble. Britt soon learns that Lucas is okay and that Sidwell escaped. She says things must be pretty dangerous back home. She convinces Rocco that maybe he should go down to the beach, and once alone, panics as she can't control her trembling. When Rocco returns, he finds Britt passed out on the floor. She comes to, and he thinks they need to get her to a doctor. She refuses, and the boy helps her to the couch. Rocco goes to get her some water, and Britt hides how bad of shape she is in, and it looks like she's in pain. In the show's final moments, Jacinda returns having completed Nina's tasks, and Nina says they should get to the office. Nina reassures Nathan that he and Lulu can still be friends, and he is indeed his son's hero. Nina tells Nathan he's the best brother and she loves him so much. She heads out, and alone, Cassius says, "I love you too, sis." Jordan worries to Laura that Sidwell doesn't like losing and likely isn't done with her, Lucas, and especially not Sonny. Rick asks Sonny how far he can take this with Laura watching over his shoulder. Sonny respects Laura, but now, all bets are off, and his hands aren't tied anymore. Ezra tells Sidwell that he should get out of Dodge, as he can't undo shooting a man in front of the police. He can't help him. Sidwell says he can, reminds him of the leverage he has over him, and that Ezra's going to help him get revenge on Lucas, Laura, Sonny, and Cullum. Liz tells Dante that he's navigating a difficult situation, and that his co-parenting issues with Lulu can take a back seat while they focus on finding Rocco. He says she's good at these pep talks. Liz says she cares about him and will always be honest with him. Dante appears a bit smitten. Lucas asks why Joe wants to know about saline. Joe says it's part of an ongoing investigation. He found a used syringe and assumed drugs were in it, but forensics said all it contained was saline residue. Lucas says it's used for fluid replacement and to prevent dehydration. It is usually given via 4 mixed with other medications, but on its own it's harmless and does nothing. Charlotte tells Danny that she's done doing what she's told. She says her dad isn't the only one who can stop Cullum. They can too. Charlotte then gets a call from an unknown number, and answers it thinking it may be his dad. It's Rocco, and he needs her help.